2008. Kyle Busch, despite getting a few Darlington stripes, went on to win the Dodge Challenger 500. Back then it was called the Dodge Challenger 500, that only time, the only NASCAR event. But anyway, my pick for tonight's race, Kyle Busch. He won the Xfinity Series race, and I think he's going to do the clean sweep at Darlington. Plus, can't go wrong with that Barbara Labonte paint scheme from 1995 through 1996 in his 8 days at Joe Gibbs Racing, winning races here and there back then. Especially that one fateful day in November of 1996 in the season finale race at Atlanta. Barbara Labonte went on to win the race, but Terry Labonte, on the other hand, went on to win his second and final Cup Series championship. That will be the day I'll never forget for a long time. Anyways, Tom, who is your pick for tonight's Southern 500?
Again, Ben, like Loudon and Indianapolis, Matt Kenseth, playing it simple. You can't go on with that Ricky Craven throwback from 2001 to 2004, plus that one day, him versus Kurt Busch, March 2003. That'll be a day I'll also never forget for ages to come. The Tide Ride also had its moments here at Darlington Raceway prior to Ricky Craven winning the Carolina Dodge Steelers 400 in 2003. Ricky Rudd, who raced for Rick Hendrick in the 1990s, won the Trans-South 500 event in March of 1991. So there goes another memorable moment of the Tide Ride. Oh, I also forgot to mention, Matt Kenseth also won the pole on pole day for tonight's event.
Usually pole winners nowadays this season in NASCAR fan Antonio Jones fans content gets left in the dust. So don't be surprised if Matt Kenseth gets left in the dust early on in the race. And if Matt Kenseth somehow pulls this off winning tonight, I'm going to kiss my own...
Ginger, my nephew, who is your pick for tonight's race? My stomach hurts for some reason. I don't know if it's because I have to take a dump or it's because I'm just so excited to get this race underway. It's the final crown jewel race of the season in the Cup Series, and Kevin Harvick, who won the Southern 500 in real life 4 years ago, starts P21. I doubt he's going to win, but I still think he's going to win at the same time. Maybe come in the top 10 when this is over and said and done. Tyler not here, but he is going with Ryan Blaney. Finished in 7th place at this facility in his rookie season last season. 5th fastest in practice 1, fastest of them all in final practice. And as I was about to say, he is throwing back to David Pearson, who won 105 races in his Cup Series career in his 8 days of racing. Nicknamed the Silver Fox, that's what fans called Pearson back then. Blaney was the Silver Fox in Happy Hour. The Silver Fox. In the Silver Fox colors. And let's see if he's still got it. Winning for the 2nd time this season. No pun intended, by the way.
I've lost hope. Austin Dillon is Paul's pick for tonight's race in his grandfather's colors when Richard Childress was racing in the NASCAR Cup Series in the 1970s and the 1980s. Expect him to run up front, even though we expect him to run at least in the top 10 at this point, since he qualified 22nd on the grid on pole day. Less than 2 races to go before the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series chase field is set. Kurt Busch won this event back in Season 1, currently in the chase bubble with no wins ever since Season 3. And tonight he will also pay tribute to a long-time NASCAR driver that we have missed for 5 years now, Jason Leckler, from 2004, in his 2004 paint scheme that he raced in the Busch Series.
Six-time Southern 500 winner himself, Jeff Gordon, back in the rainbow colors for the final time this season. Unfortunately, it's for the final time this season. I'm actually going to miss the rainbow colors. Let's not forget, Jeff Gordon won this event 4 years in a row from 1995 through 1998. I was thinking, he qualified 7th on the grid. He got it done at Bristol in the Rainbow Warrior. Let's see if he can do it again at Darlington tonight. Well, I wasn't expecting Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to start this race 24th. 2 top 5s is barely enough to make it into the chase. One of the drivers that are below the chase bubble, which means there is no chance he's entering the chase at this point. But at least the Best Buy colors are back at Roush Spinway Racing. At least.
Rusty, Brad Keselowski, satisfied? For starters, Keselowski is the defending Southern 500 winner, winning it last season and won the All-Star race and the Sprint Unlimited earlier this season. But the All-Star race and the Sprint Unlimited do not count as point races. They're more like showdown races, but this here tonight is one of the biggest events on the schedule. As mentioned, Brad Keselowski is throwing back to Rusty Wallace's Miller Genuine Draft colors when he was sponsoring that scheme in the 1990s.
And 2005 in his farewell season.
I knew that, Ben. And Keselowski, anyway, I forgot to mention, qualified P11, by the way. Good luck to him.
The good old days of NASCAR Heat, the video game. You know who was paying tribute to that game tonight? None other than NASCAR Fan 20. It's his second Southern 500, and he also finished 6th place in his rookie season last season in this event, and as mentioned, he is paying tribute to the NASCAR Heat video game that was released in 2000. He's starting this race 5th tonight. Let's see what he can do from that position, and see if he can finish 5th or higher. You already know what's next. After all this being said, let's go straight to the command to fire the engines and get the Southern 500 underway. The final crown jewel race, well, if we don't count the championship, the final biggest race on the schedule of Season 4 in the NASCAR Cup Series. Who will bounce? Who will attack? Who will end up victorious? We'll soon find out. The Bojangles Southern 500 is next on NASCAR Fan 20 Eric Jones fans YouTube content. Stay tuned.
Now, for the most famous words in motorsport, please welcome your Grand Marshals 2017 NASCAR Hall of Fame inductees, Mark Martin, Rick Hendrick, Richard Childress, accompanied by CEO of Bojangles, Clifton Rutledge. Drivers, start your engines.
The Bojangles Southern 500, the 4th and final crown jewel race on the schedule in the NASCAR Cup Series. This season, Ryan Reed won the Daytona 500, Carl Edwards won the Geico 500, Denny Hamlin won the Charlotte 600. Who will end up victorious in the Bojangles Southern 500 at the track Too Tough to Tame? We're about to find out shortly. But first, let's get you to the starting grid. Starting out front is a Joe Gibbs, all Joe Gibbs Racing front row. Matt Kenseth, your pole sitter in the 20 car, and Carl Edwards, who has Xfinity on board. Kyle Busch and almost a John Andretti, but Eric Almirola in the John Andretti throwback. NASCAR Fan 20 and Let's Be 10. He is paying tribute to the NASCAR Heat video game tonight. Alongside Ty Dillon in the 33 color. Jeff Gordon in the rainbow colors for the final time this season in his final season, alongside Paul Menard. Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott in his father Bill Elliott's throwback paint scheme once again for the second time this season. Brad Keselowski and Jamie McMurray, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Waltrip Mountain Dew colors alongside Brian Scott, two of those drivers that raced the 44 car from 2001 through 2002, if you look very closely at the number font. Kyle Larson, obviously a Days of Thunder throwback. Denny Hamlin throwing back to himself. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 and Warren Truex Jr. in the 78. Tony Stewart throwing back to the A-Days of Bass Pro Shops, and Trevor Bayne in a Mark Martin throwback. Kevin Harvick in the 4 and Austin Dillon in his grandfather's paint scheme for the 1970s and 1980s. Kurt Busch in the 41 and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ryan Newman and Sam Hornish Jr. throwing back to his first season at RPM as a diecast replica back in Season 3, where he scored a third place. Hold on. It was a second place finish, actually, when he scored a second place finish in this event nearly 3 years ago during Season 3 last season. Casey Kane in Jeff Bodine colors when Hendrick Motorsports won their first race in the Cup Series at Martinsville Speedway in 1984, starting alongside Kyle Hampton in the 121. Greg Biffle in the 16 alongside Joe Logano. George Thomas in the 117 and Michael Waltrip throwing back to himself. And rounding out the field is David Starr in the 00 color. And there is your field for the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington. Like I've said, the final